Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Marion. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, wherever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or through my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It could be for, again, topic, commentary, random list, ranking, or whatever it may be. White Chicks from 2004 is a film that I really don't know how to feel about it. Because I can't really say I laughed much other than Terry Crews and his persona. His stuff was actually funny, but I don't know, it's just one of those things where I didn't think it was as hilarious as people made out to be either, but it's not as bad as, say, Little Man, but I don't think it's as good as Scary Movie 1 and 2. Marlon and Shawn Wayans, they play two FBI guys. They like doing undercover work. One day they're supposed to be watching these Paris Hilton type of ladies. Because of some event, they get into a crash. The two girls get these little marks, but they freak out, and they're not going to go to this location that they need to go. So they decide to get makeup people and look like white chicks and go undercover as these Hilton wannabe, again, sisters, and they converse with the other people there, and hijinks ensues, and shitting scenes in toilets, and again, I'm watching as I'm going, again, this just isn't as funny, I guess, for me as compared to others. I'm not even like, oh, I'm offended. No, not. Yep, you're doing the whole thing like, okay, what if you had two white guys who saw these two ladies and decided to have black costumes, and it was called Black Chicks. Number one, it would never be made. I guess the closest it got made was Soul Man with C. Thomas Howell. So I guess maybe it was made. But if Soul Man can get made, White Chicks can get made. I mean, I liked Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. I thought that was actually rather funny. So no, I'm not offended. I just didn't think it was as funny as people made out to be. I mean, hell, the beginning, the two are trying to be Cuban, and they're going so over the top, it's silly, ridiculous. It's try to be Cuban. And they're undercover because this drug is supposed to be in the ice cream, but they got the wrong guys, and then they try to get the right guys, but then they get out. And Shawn and Marlon Wayans, they do work fine as a team together. And part of me is like, I would rather have just seen a film with these two guys as FBI guys working a case together, because their natural banter with each other makes sense as they grow with each other. Wasn't that bad, but it's weird. I mean, I guess other than the TV show, but movie-wise, you didn't really have a lot of them just playing regular brothers in a movie. Because Scary Movie, they're separated most of the time. Both Scary Movie 1 and 2. Little Man, it was some weird gimmick, same with this. But, like, them actually just being brothers, and whether it be they want to be FBI agents or cops or whatever it may be, I think Shawn and Marlon could work well together as a team, but they just never decided to go in that route. Again, it had to be some weird, like, crazy, over-the-top gimmick. Which White Chicks made a lot of money, even though it got a lot of bad reviews, and I can't really blame the bad reviews, because I'm not really a big fan of the movie either. But it was a huge hit. Little Man, not so much. And yeah, like I said, this is better than Little Man. And one of my neighbor's roosters, apparently, Maybe he is a fan of Little Man. I don't know. When they have the suits on, they look like aliens. They do. They look like aliens, and not illegal aliens. They just look like aliens. Like the Invasion of the Body Snatcher didn't quite work. It was off kilter in its gene therapy, and so I'm like, all you people are supposed to know these two, and they don't look like the two, and they just have this like weird look to them. They look like a mannequin come to life, and no one bats an eye, and it's like, I just one of the things you either buy into it or you're not. This is the guy that buys in the weekend at Bernie's, as silly as that is. But number one, I think that's a funnier movie. I think that's a more entertaining movie. I still bought that a lot more than I did the Gimmick in this movie. And I don't know, just I'm struggling with the review because I don't know what to say. How many times do you say a comedy just wasn't funny to you? The jokes, the crash is because the girls have this little dog. It's outside. It's being dragged out the window. So I don't know about using the dog in that manner. I don't. Granted, they didn't use a dead dog like this one movie I reviewed where they use a dead cat. But it's like, I don't know. Just something about that felt off to me. And that scene was just not as funny as, other people felt. Or when they're talking to the more bitchy ladies. Oh, you want to talk about mothers? You went to Dr. Dre for a pap smear, and your mom's breast milk is powdered, or Marlon Wayans ate something, but he's lactose intolerant, so he went and shit a lot. And the joke is that making all these funny movements of his legs while shit's dropping out of his ass. Or they have a dressing scene and the thing's on too tight. So they force them into these tight ass clothes. Or they sing a song and then they say the N word and the other girl's like, you said the N word, and they're like, so no one else is around. Again, the only smiles or chuckles I got out of it was Terry Crews being so over the top and so committed to his performance of him just loving white and white women, and once you go black, you don't need a wheelchair, and seeing the song and the way he moves and he's like doing like this and he's turning to her and moving it. I'm laughing thinking about it. I'm like, that's the one consistent bit of humor is Terry Crews' character and the way he acts and just how just committed he is. Like, he stole the movie. Like, if I could fall into the sky. I like seeing the songs really get into it. It's like, I don't care about the Shawn Wayans love story. Where he'll take off the makeup and there's this other woman, he falls in love with her. The friends who obviously don't know their other two that well since they can't tell the difference. They weren't bad, but it's like I was kind of indifferent either. Like, it's hard to even fathom a review because with a comedy, you either find it funny or you don't. And so many times on YouTube, like every review is like, this is the funniest movie, and I laughed till I cried, and I went, I guess I don't get that. I didn't think it was that funny. The plot, John Hurd, I forgot he was in this, may he rest in peace. There's this fashion show, and they don't use these girls and kidnap them, but Shawn and Marlon Wayans are undercover. this whole deal going on as well. I didn't care about the plot. I barely remember the plot. I just saw the film. I don't think no one else remembers the plot. Maybe they remember like Marlon Wayans and Terry Crews on a dinner date, and Marlon Wayans trying to pick the corners of her feet off with her teeth, or stuffing her face with barbecue ribs, or farting, and then Terry Crews starts farting. Or, oh, they do a dance off. And it's funny because they have this fake white girl stuff on, but they're dancing and puppet. It's like, how is it that this many damn writers wrote this script, and these are like, this not clever. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's not really clever, and it's not witty, and it's just not funny. Like, Mrs. Doubtfire was funny, and you had like a bit of a genuine heart to it. Trump of Thunder, with what Robert Downey Jr., that he was an actor that was so committed and so, his character was so method, that he was going so over the top that even he didn't know who he was. I'm the dude playing the dude who's the other dude. That's how you do that in clever, in a witty way. Or Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams is as a woman, but is trying to be more of a heartfelt way. This is neither. It's like the gimmick and what you feel about the gimmick. You either are laughing at the gimmick that takes you throughout the entire movie, or it doesn't. And it really didn't for me. And it's not a rant because I'm not angry about it, but it's not a movie that I really ever care to rewatch again. Like I said, when they're out of the costume and Marlon and Shawn Wayans are kind of talking, okay, Blackie Chan, what do you want over here? And Marlon Wayans has his girlfriend who is putting him on a leash, and what are you talking about? I mean, you wait, you Googled how long it would take me to walk here? You said it would take, what, 15 minutes? Well, you said it would take 10 minutes and it took me 8 minutes? But yet you think I'm cheating? What? I mean, I made someone and cheat on for 2 minutes? Don't you think I would need more than 2 minutes? And she's just really just obsessed, thinking that Marlon Wayne's going to cheat on her. And he keeps like falling asleep as she's talking because he's so tired. That almost got a little bit of a chuckle out of me. I think what it is just the gimmick. I just didn't think it was that funny of a gimmick. I'm like, okay. I mean, Eddie Murphy did that back in the day in Saturday Night Live. But that was a skit. Like, this felt like a sketch that maybe will work for 5-10 minutes, but not for an entire movie. But obviously I'm alone because it made over $100 million, and they made a shit ton of money, and a lot of people liked it, but I'm really sitting here trying to remember what the hell happened in this film. And I don't know, maybe some people would be offended by it. To me, I'm more offended that it wasn't funnier. And then Terry Crews, I think, stole the show. I mean, you're going to this film, it's not really for the action. I mean, the little bit of action is the little bit of gunplay at the beginning. There's a bit where someone stole Shawn Wayans' purse and he runs and sacks the guy. Or when a dick threw a football and hit Marlon Wayans, and then Shawn Wayans throws a football back and hits the guy in the chest. You get a little bit of fight, bit of business at the end. But yeah, I'm just... You know, I can't help it. I'm sorry, people. The gimmick just didn't do anything for me. And if it did it for you, I'm glad it did. And again, even the Gimmick, they do look like aliens. They look so off-putting and off-kilter that how the hell does no one notice this? How does no one notice that they're not real people? It's like one critic said, it's like you have to buy the fact that everybody's so stupid. Again, this is a guy that didn't even feel that way about Weekend at Bernie's. But I feel that way about this. Makes me want to rewatch Weekend at Bernie's. Or get it on Blu-ray. I need to get that on Blu-ray, actually. But, like I said, if you like the film, that's cool, teach their own. But, fuck, man. Yeah, if you liked it, cool on you. I mean, I wasn't even big on Soul Man back in the day. I think I reviewed Soul Man. I don't even remember what I said about it. But, like I say, if you think the film's hilarious, I agree with Terry Crews being funny, but the rest of it, just not for me. Like I say, it's not rant because it doesn't make me angry. Kind of just sitting there going, Like, I get the joke. It's just, it feels like just a sketch that goes on for too long. Way too long. Overstays his welcome way too long. But hey, when people, there's so many videos of first time viewing people that laugh their butts off and go, this is the funniest movie I ever had. Good on you. Just that for me. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.